Peace and blessings, much respect, much respect. Hope all is well with y'all out there. Wait for somebody to come in and we're gonna get started. Got started a little later than I wanted to because I had to take care of some business, so I'm gonna jump straight into it because, as you know, it ain't too much time left before it start getting dark. So I got lucky, it's after 5 and there's still some light out, so I was like, I wanted to do this video today. I didn't want to wait till tomorrow, so yep, I'm gonna take advantage of the light we got left until it start getting dark, because you already know that start messing up with the lighting and everything. Peace, 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 peace. Much respect, much love. What's up to y'all? Like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna get started because I ain't got that much time or the sunlight left. So before the sunlight get up out of here, I'm gonna put this message out. So hope all is well with y'all. Hope y'all doing good. Hope your day going good. And if not, I hope the rest of your day get better. But I got a message. So I wanted to do this video originally on a different title, but I'm gonna say that for another video. I feel like this message was the one for today. So for 2024, I got a download yesterday about the 4 I's that we should be concentrating on for 2024 and just your whole life period. But so the first I is going to be invest, the second one is going to be invent, the third one is going to be innovate, and the fourth one is going to be industry. So like I said, the first I, the 4 I's we should be concentrating on in 2024 is the first I is invent, the second one is innovate, the third one is invest, and the fourth one is industry. So yep, there you go, Tiff, thank you. So we all know about, you know, with the words invest, innovate, industry, and what's it, invest, industry, what's that, invest, innovate, industry, and what the fuck? I forgot the other I, but it'll come back. But anyway, so we're gonna be focused. So for 2024, we all should be focusing on those: invent, investing, innovate, and industry. That's what it is. So those are the 4 I's. So when we hear about investment, automatically we think about, you know, stock market, putting your money into something, you know, something with material gain, or putting in material funds somewhere. But I'm not talking about that when I talk about the word invest. So in 2024, when I say about the word invest, I'm talking about investing in yourself. Then that leads to the other I about inventing. So while you're investing in yourself, you should be inventing yourself as well. So a lot of times we like to talk about reinventing ourselves and becoming another person when we go into a new year. But instead of reinventing yourself, just invent yourself, where you bring out the, hey, what's up, mama love, how you doing? When I say invent yourself, I mean like invent the version of you that you're supposed to become in this lifetime right now for the purpose that you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime. So that means investing in yourself by putting in the time, the work, the dedication, the hours, the blood, sweat, and tears, all that pain, all that stuff that people don't want to do so they could become the version that they was invented to be. So that's what I mean. So then you go to the third I. So we got invest, we got invent. Now we go to innovate. So that we all know about innovation and, you know, it's doing things outside the box, stuff that people never done, or taking it to another level that somebody else didn't take it to when they did it. So that's where the innovating is coming in for 2024. So while you investing in yourself and you inventing yourself, as far as being, not even inventing yourself, but being the version you was invented to be on this earth in this lifetime for your purpose, you should be innovating as well, doing things that, or taking things to another level that nobody has ever done. And that doesn't just have to be a world thing. It could just be for your friends and your friend circle. It could be relating to your family. So innovating, doing things that your family never did, or your friend list never did, your friend circle rather, or just things that you never did for your and your own goals and accomplishments that you have listed that you want to get done and you want to bring it to fruition. And then you got the other eye, which is industry. So, it's many different industries. You got film industries, you got music industry, you got many different industries of different things. So when I say industry, I'm talking about yourself, because we think about, like I said, we think about music industries, acting, different industries like that. But when I say industry, it's talking about yourself. So while you invest in yourself, you becoming the version you invented to be, you innovate in yourself as well, you become your own industry. So there's many, what I mean by that is that there's many people that when they started diving into who they were supposed to be, or who not even who they were supposed to be, but who they're supposed to be in this lifetime, they start to discover exactly the tools and the mechanics and everything, how it works, whatever works for them. So whenever they figure that out, whenever we figure out our niche, that's when we start seeing everything open up and everything becomes easier. Not saying that everything's going to be a breeze, but I'm saying easier where you know which direction to go. You know exactly what to do. You don't have to wreck your brain trying to figure out life every day. Once you figure out what you're supposed to be doing, you now know exactly the steps and the direction you need to go towards. And that's where it brings me to the word industry. Once you figure that out, you start attracting different opportunities and different things to you and different people that's on your path, or that's supposed to be helping you on your purpose, or that's connecting you to your purpose. And then that's how you become your own industry within the industry. So say if you're going into a music industry, you figure out your own niche, or whatever your sound is, whatever your characteristic is as an artist, whatever you like to do, that's innovative, that's back to the other eyes, and that you are invented to be a version that nobody else could ever be. No matter how much they copy you or try to duplicate you, they can't be you. Nobody can ever be you. They can always copy, but they cannot be you. So they can't duplicate another you. They can copy all they want, they can't duplicate another you. So that's how you become your own. You become an industry within the industry. So you go into that music industry, you go into the acting industry, whatever industry you want to do. It could be health industry, medical, whatever. And you figured out your niche of who you are, how things work for you, how you attack whatever it is that you whatever, not even attack, but however you handle certain things and your gifts and your talents. You now become an industry within an industry. So I'm like, when I say industry, I mean like you become your own business, you become your own mogul, you become everything. You are the plug. So everybody's gonna be coming to you now, trying to figure out what's your niche, what is your sauce, what is your what is you cooking in the pot, whatever the recipe that you came up with that works for you. So that's what the 4 eyes that we're supposed to be focusing on in 2024. So we should be investing in ourselves, of course. And like I said, that's not only a monetary thing or a financial thing. Just putting in the time into yourself, putting the time into the things that you say you want to accomplish and you want to bring it to fruition, putting time in to get rid of things, putting time in just to becoming better overall. And that's investing in yourself, investing in other people. Sometimes you're going to have to invest in other people too that you need along the journey, because we can't do it by ourselves. So while you invest in yourself, you got to learn how to invest in other people too that's worth the investment. And like I said, we always think about it as finance, but one of the most important investments is time management. Your time is very important. Yes, money, we need it, and we in this society to do things. So yes, invest in that way too as well, but investing your time is very important, what you do with your time. So the time management, who you putting time into, that's going to help you with your journey, where you going to put your time into, to places you got to go to make it happen. Because when you're on the grind and you're trying to make it happen, you got to go to places you don't want to go, spend time and hours putting in the blood, sweat, and tears and all the hard work. You could be lounging, having fun, relaxing, doing all type of other stuff, but when you want to make something happen, you have to make you have to make those sacrifices. So while you're doing that, you start innovating yourself, start figuring out what makes you different from people, what stands out about yourself, what makes people cling to you, what makes people approach you, what makes people attract to you. So once you start figuring all that out and everything, you can now be like, okay, I know this attracts people to me, I know this works for me, or I know I'm a great speaker, I know I'm a great writer, I know I'm a great people person, I know I'm a great person that pay attention to details, so I know how to read people's energy, I know how to go off their body language, I know how to I know how to pick up on the cues so I can know how to hold a conversation, know how to get somebody's attention when I'm trying to get something done. So that's what I mean by not only investing, but also innovating yourself and how you do things as well, and what you bring to the table that's going to stand out. So those are things we need to be focused on as well. And while you're doing that, you can also, like I said, that brings us to the other I, which is invent. It could be inventions, it could be things you're trying to create, or things that you're trying to, sell and make and stuff like that. That could be one of the invents too, but also inventions as far as yourself. So becoming a version of who you're intended to be, and actually stepping into that and actually being that and actually living up to that and making it happen and making it work for yourself. And that's connected to the innovation. And then, like I said, once you figure out how to invest in yourself, your time, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, then you know how to invent yourself as far as like just the way you talk, the clothes you wear, just the things that you bring up and topics or discussions, and you figure out you and you innovate you. Once you figure out those 3 eyes, you can now go to the 4th eye of the industry, which is I got all that. I got the source, I got the recipe of me, how I want to attack it and everything I want to do. Now I can focus on the industry part of myself, which is me becoming the whole business, me becoming the mogul. Because that's what it is. When you look at all the greats that came from nothing, LeBron James, that's just one I could think of off the top. You could think of many other people. When you look at their journeys, that's why I like to look up people's journeys. When you look at their journeys, they came from nothing. So they had to invest in the time. He had to invest his time in putting in the work, no matter how poor he was, not knowing his father, living from Akron, Ohio. A lot of us never even heard that part of Ohio to him. We only know about Columbus. Like actually putting on a whole different city on the map. Like I said, investing his time, inventing itself, becoming who he's supposed to be. That's what I mean. Stepping into it, not worrying about his circumstances, his background, his surroundings, none of that. He just was focused on, I'm supposed to be playing ball. I'm 6'8". I ain't got no father. My mom's is living at this level. We ain't got no money, but I know I got this height, I got this skills, and I just got this natural talent. I need to keep on and be becoming myself. I need to keep on putting in the work and the time, investing in myself, so I could become the invention I was intended to be by God, the universe, and my ancestors. So he kept focusing on that. From that, he got to the next eye, innovating himself. Nobody seen a high school player at that level or before that. We know Kobe and all other people came before him, but we never seen a high school player playing at that level like that, with that type of body build, everything. And then to actually live up to the hype. We never seen that. Never ever did you ever hear dude from Akron, Ohio, mom's poor, he don't know his father. Like, this sound like a story that you're making. That's what I'm saying. So then, once he figured out his source and everything, and that was the part of the source too, before I get to the last eye. He was a team player. So no matter how much people was putting it on him to be this or be the next MJ or be selfish, he always focused on his team was bringing his people with him and also putting his teammates on, no matter if he was better than them, no matter whatever people thought. And that's been his secret sauce and his success now too, which is keeping the people that you had from the beginning that held you down, which is his wife, his friends, his teammates. All those people are still with him to this day. And that brings me to the 4th eye about the industry. That became his whole secret sauce of who he is, his whole business and everything. So when you think about LeBron James, he's like an industry within the industry. He's in the basketball industry, but he's like his own industry of who he is. That's what I'm saying about when you hear about him, or you think it's about loyalty. You think about, as far as y'all could talk about the basketball stuff. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the off the court stuff about being loyal to still having his high school sweetheart, being loyal to keeping his word with his people, from his teammates to his friends from when he was younger, and actually taking them with him. Like, nobody ever, this is what I'm saying, nobody ever really did that and kept their word. They tried to do that, bring people from the past and all that, but it never worked. He is like one of the rare cases where that worked, and that's what I mean. Like, he created his own industry of himself. Like, he's the model of that when it comes to fatherhood, parenthood, relationship, keeping it real, loyalty with your friends, all that stuff. He became his own industry of himself, and now he's LeBron James, billionaire, whatever we want to call it, whatever, but I ain't focused on that. But I'm talking about just all of that. And that's because of all those 4 I's about the investing, the inventing, the innovating, and then the industry part. So all of us could do that on whatever level. That doesn't mean we want to be a billionaire or whatever the case is, get star status. That doesn't mean that. You could just have it at a lower level or middle level, whatever level you want it to be. But those are the 4 I's when you look at a lot of people's careers, that how they became who they are, by investing their time in themselves. It doesn't just have to be money. That's a part of it too, putting money into yourself, but your time is very important. What you're doing with your time when you try to make something happen. Also, knowing who you are, discovering who you are, and discovering your purpose of who you were invented to be in this lifetime, so you can now take the time and work on that invention of who you are, so you could get into your purpose. Once you do that, you now find the secret source of what separates me in this purpose, because there's other people that's going to have those gifts and talents too, but what separates me from them? And that's where you come with the innovation of figuring out what works for you, how it works for you, what looks good on you, what doesn't look good on you, what sounds good on you, what doesn't sound good, all of that stuff. And that's how people end up copying people, because they try to figure out what is that person's source, because they never figured out their own innovation of who they are. And then once you figure out all that secret sauce on those first 2 I's, that's when you become your own industry within the industry. Whatever industry you're intended to be in, and you're the path that you're intended to take by God, the universe, and ancestors. So yeah, that's basically it. So the 4 I's, that's the download I got. The 4 I's we should be focusing on is inventing, investing, innovating, and industry. So investing in yourself, yes, putting money in yourself and the things that you need to invest in, but also putting in the time of things you need to be doing, things you shouldn't be doing, people you need to invest in too, that's going to help you in the journey, and people that you don't need to be investing in, that's going to hold you back on the journey. Once you figure that part out about the time, where to put your time at, how much time you're going to need to make this happen, or how much, whatever it is, this money you got to put into this, you then can get to the invention part about, all right, I know the time management, I know the money management, I know who I need on my team. All right, cool. All right, now what I do with that? Okay, now I need to focus on who am I intended to be. Okay, I'm intended to be this. I got this gift, I got this guy, I got this gift, but I'm invented to be this version of myself right now. Then that's going to bring me to the other versions of myself. And now when I mean other versions, I mean the other gifts and the talents. Because a lot of times we got many gifts and talents, but it's one that we supposed to focus on that's going to get us the attention and the recognition, that we looking for. And that's going to open up the avenue to the other gifts and everything that we have. By then, everybody else is going to be open to whatever gifts we have, but it's always one that gets their attention first. And then and it might be one that you really not really into, but you like doing it as a hobby, you talented in it, but that might not be the main one that you actually want to pursue. And sometimes life works like that, where you're going to have to do the one that you might be second or third on your list, but that's the one that you were invented to do, that's going to get you that status as far as whatever you're trying to do, accomplishment wise, goals wise, or for your family wise and legacy wise. So that's all that stuff of figuring that out, and that takes a while. And once you figure that out of who you were invented to be, you can now know, okay, how do I make it into my own? How do I make it into my own style? How do I make it me, what's different from everybody else? And once you figure that out, now the doors open of you walking into the industry that you're intended to be in, and then you become your own industry, because everybody's going to want to invest in you. They're going to know how did you innovate the things you're doing to innovate yourself? How did you invest in yourself to get here, to become this industry within the industry? Because there's many people that go into industries, but they don't become their own industry. They just work there. It's a difference when you come into an industry and you become your own industry by being a mogul, a business. Like Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Like, that's a gem. That's a major jewel. That's exactly what he's talking about. Like, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. And that's what I mean by you becoming an industry within the industry. You not just gonna be in the industry and just be another face there. No, you gonna be the plug and gonna be the one that they like, yo, that's the one. Like, if you need something or you need whatever, that's the one. So that's basically the message to focus on. 2024, focus on those 4 I's of investing in yourself, focusing on who you were invented to be, innovating yourself, finding your secret sauce of the recipe. And once you figure that out, you figure out what industry you're supposed to be in and how to become your own industry within the industry. And like I said, when I say that, I don't mean just becoming another face in another industry and just be working there, but you becoming that poster child or that example. When people hear that industry, they think of you because of how you did things, how you pursued things, how you made it happen, and just how you became overall business and a mogul within that industry. So that's the message. I'm not going to make it repetitive because not really much to really go on too much or more about it. But so just remember, 2024, focus on those 4 I's: invest, inventing, innovating, and industry. So invest in yourself, your time, yourself. Focus on who you're invented to be by God, the universe, and ancestors. Once you figure that out, you can now focus on how you're going to innovate yourself and innovate who you are and what works for you and what doesn't work for you and what makes you different from anybody. And once you figure out all those 3 I's and your secret sauce, you can now become an industry and go into whatever industry you want to. And you are going to be the main source of what people need. So that's the message. Peace and blessings. Like I always say to y'all, stay goal-oriented. Keep doing your thing. Stay focused. And like I always say, whether we run, whether we jog, whether we sprint or crawl, because life is that hard. Sometimes you can't run, you can't jog, you can't sprint. Only thing we could do is crawl to our destination. But like I always say, somehow, some way, we got to make it to our destination someday. So peace, blessings, much respect, much love. I love y'all always. Keep doing your thing. I appreciate y'all. For the ones that do lock in and tune in. And to the next topic, peace.